So this is a really last session. This is a last session for Line Developer Day 2020. So people who are involved in this planning of this event are the panelists today. So my name is Momoki, and I belong to Line Developer Success Team, and I am responsible for this Line Developer Day. I was coordinating the speakers as well as the events. Thank you. Next is Sato-san, please. Yes, I belong to Developer Success Team. My name is Shoko Sato. So server-side, line platform, client, and also front end was my responsibility. Novelty, stamp, stickers, and also distribution. Those are my responsibility. Miki-san? Yes. I also belong to the Developer Success Team. My name is Miki. This time, AI, data, and also those contents are underneath of my responsibility, as well as the security track and also interpretation as well as movies. Those are my responsibility for today, this year's event. Yes, my name is Kushii, same team. Casual track is my responsibility. And also the details are also coordinated by myself. And also Fujiwara-san, please. Yes, I am manager of Developer Relations Department as well as Developer Success Team. So on day one, CTO keynote, contents was my responsibility. So we have about 20 minutes or so we'd like to discuss and look back. So this is the agenda. Well, looking back on this Line Developer Day, let me actually share the numbers, maybe the timeline first. So the project of this Line Developer Day, we already discussed right after the last year's event. Well, on the 17th of February, we had a kickoff meeting with these members. And then we organized internally. And then as of the 28th of April, we decided to host online event. So we decided to have this event online, but what we should do, that was a discussion. And in June, yes, we put the teaser site, and also in October, we have the website. And now we have this event. Maybe it looks long, it looks short. Well, it's quite a long period, a long time. Due to the COVID-19, we are not able to have the in-person event. So we tried to challenge the online event, and that really involves a lot of discussions. It will be another long period, and I think next year we may have another online event. Well, as you see, we have 3 days and also 6 tracks. We have a total of 155 sessions and total of 217 speakers are appearing. And then about 3,965 minutes were actually held during these 3 days. I don't know, 3,900 minutes? Well, it's quite a big number. Well, so looking at this event, the number of the registration is 9,857 as of this morning. And yes, we usually have the internal employees, and we have about 8,800 guests and also 942 employees. And I think maybe we were not able to reach 10,000. Well, 38% are Japanese, and also there are 62% is rest of the world. And usually, since we had offline event in Japan, so usually it's 90% Japanese people. But since we have online event and also it's interpreted in English, so we have quite a lot of numbers coming from the other countries, especially from Indonesia. We have 21%. Indonesia DevRev team was really focusing quite hard, and they attracted a lot of people, and over 2,000 people were participating from Indonesia. At this moment, we don't know how we are going to have this event, but not just closed in Japan, but we want to open to other countries. So starting from the 5th of November and also maybe the 12th of November, we have 1,500 coming from Indonesia. We had an Indonesian shock. So again, we are able to attract a lot of participants. And this is the number of the participants. So unique browser was measured, and day one we have 7,600, day two is 4,500, and then total of 10,000 At this moment, we haven't really measured day 3, but maybe including those ones which are not really registered, maybe 12 to 13,000 were viewing the event. So since we have online event, we tried several things. One of them is this. This is an interactive sticker, and as of this morning, 191,000 stickers were used. So Shoko-san, you are in charge of this sticker. I'm so happy. I'm so pleased. Well, audience, how we are going to involve the audience was a big challenge for us. So using these characters or stamp or stickers, it's really great to see you, using those stickers. And I really like this sticker to be used. Yes, 2,500 or 3,000 stickers were now used just during this period. So Shoko-san really is happy by seeing you using this sticker. Well, so that's been the numbers. Well, maybe after the event, maybe you can refer to the engineer's blog for the developers. So maybe you can refer to that. And maybe now we would like to ask you what you have thought about this event. So Fujiwara-san, you were kind of looking after the different tracks other than keynotes. And how did you feel? Well, yes, I think working hours, I was really worried about your working hours because you're working quite hard and long. And today it's a final day. And with these members, with this session, this is really a great closing. Well, we have prepared so much, not just for 3 days, but pre-event. We had so much effort. We put so much effort and time. We had some videotaped and also live. It's a mixture of different styles, and because of this great preparation, we were able to have success in this event. Well, so 5 people are actually appearing, and of course we have other members as well in the team, and both inside and outside of line, and that's how we are able to have this event. So Miki-san, what about the interpreters? Yes, interpreters. This time, Japanese and English, you can actually listen to either one. So we invited the interpreters so that they can provide the interpretation services. We also have the interpreters internally in line, and we also are helped by that interpreters team. And since we have 6-track, 150 sessions, I think that's not enough. So that's why we also asked the other external interpretation company. And I think the quality was good, and that was really a recognition by the external entities. And usually we use interpreters, but since it's online, so on the global scale, as was mentioned by Momoki-san, we have so many audience from other countries. And I guess it's a kind of a really successful and ideal state. When we decided to go online, of course, we want to distribute to the online to the other countries. So that's why we are trying to really think about how we can improve the quality. And toward the next year, this is a really great stepping stone for the next year. I think we really are satisfied with the outcome, and also we have a great development. I think Shoko-san, you have that great communication with overseas, and I think overseas team also helped you. Yes, also there are many non-Japanese speakers. If it's offline, they usually come to Japan, and then they can enjoy having or being in Japan. But since it's online, they are not really coming to Japan. So how we are going to support the speakers are the key, and that was really that really involves a great help by our overseas team. Well, yes. We have the other companies which are supporting the distribution of this event, and we don't know what is the right answer. Well, communication with the speakers, what kind of things they have prepared and when, and maybe the casual track. Yes, this is a live session. How did you see the communication with the speakers? Well, in the past, there are many Japanese speakers, so that's why we can directly communicate with those Japanese speakers. But this year, we have so many non-Japanese speakers coming from overseas. So we have to prepare the documentation prior to this event. And maybe we really kind of refined those documentation internally. So maybe 3 times as much time we spend for documentation. Well, yes, Miki-san and Shoko-san, I think, yes, you are writing in Japanese. We also have Matsumoto-san, and Matsumoto-san was helping to translate into English. So, well, we have trying to offer the common understanding to the entire speakers, not just inside, but external speakers as well, because it's not offline if it's online event. So that's why speakers may not feel they are satisfied, they achieved something. So we are going to reflect what we learned from this year so that we are trying to make it better.
So is there any area of improvement as a takeaway of this year? So Miki-san, I know you have not have expected this question to you, but well, it's quite ambiguous, I'm sorry to say, but this Developer Day 2020 is an online event, and every year, a Line Developer Day with this team, we're operating this event, but it's an online event, so it's hard to say. It's a first challenge for us, and at this time of this era, we have to try to really work with our own hands in terms of finding out what's the best practice without knowing the answer. And we have been creating this through discussion. So next year, it's going to be in a different style, hoping for all of the audience to be satisfied with our event offering. So we had to do so. So the timeline schedule, as we have introduced to you at the beginning of the session, 6 months prior, so about February, we had this discussion. And then summer and fall and specific plan when we're working on them. The situation have changed, and with the external tech conference and some of the society meetings, we sometimes are invited, and all of them are having a lot of difficulties. We knew that, so for us, we have to create an event that has a line DNA and create that online. So next year is going to be, we're going to try to find out a new format of offering. Miki-san, you talked about everything. So can we conclude here? I think you talked about what you had to say. Shoko-san, what do you think? Well, Miki-san has said already, but if it's now, it's the fact it's online event. Everyone is finding in the dark and trying to find the solution. At this time, well, basically, everyone has become quite familiar in participating online event. So working physically and also getting some input, maybe listening, like listening to a radio. So next year, the online event, although we call it an online event, I think the format is going to change and transform. So something that really meets that time of the need. We need to be prepared to be able to respond to the need of that time. So we need to be agile and nimble. So Kushii-san, next year, is there any area or idea in your mind what you would like to do in the next year's event? Well, this year, casual truck. The real-time participation was really the intent of offering this casual truck. But I think there are more that could have done. Maybe more fun and pleasure. We need to have them being able to understand and being able to have people feel that it was good to participate. I need to come up with some of the good ideas. So I will not be able to have 12 months to think about it, but few months. I would like to be fully prepared to reflect that, to make the event much better next year. So Dev Day, it's not the event for event's sake, but DevRel activities, extension of that. And that is really in the embodiment of this, of course, format of the Development Day. Do you have as a company how we need to deem for this Development Day for Line, Fujiwara-san? I think it was good this year that, as had been mentioned by Momoki-san, not only the number of participants, but very different regions from around the world have all participated. And that's such a wonderful thing. And I think many of the guests really have participated. And this is really something that I'm really happy about, because on social, SNS, looking at the responses, I mean, many people have said that they have received good insight. So company-wide, the line in terms of what we do, technological aspect, well, this time, the speakers is over 200 people, and I think that was well reflected. But next year, stepping up further, Line is doing such a diversified thing, but technologically it's so interesting, attractive. I want many people to know about that. Yes, well, this time, the internal engineers, there are recommendations and there are advices, and we have assigned guests from outside, and we have asked them and sent offer. Nobody said no. They all had responded very positively and decided to cooperate. So the variation and diversity, they have made a major contribution for the diversity of this event. So inclusive of that, maybe the employee needs to feel that they have been able to contribute by being part of this team. So we need to think about that. So something that's gratifying. So the archive, there are of course some time limitation due to some technical aspect, but Saturday, Sunday, we have weekends coming up. So please do enjoy the archive. So the real time, the archive was Shoko-san. You're responsible for the archive. Well, how was your business? How was your operation? Well, the real time aspect is really important, and the online event, that really is something that we should be really mindful about. And this time, in terms of timing of 1600 half hours and also now 7 o'clock in the evening. So every time we try to stream them and distribute them as quickly as possible between 4:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. But we have to have an announcement. Some people have said it's too early in the day of the time, and I said, oh, I'm sorry, I touched my microphone. I was so happy, and 3 days, I'm happy that I was able to stream them and distribute them. And they said they was too short, so I'm really happy about that. So we had a sense of, I think, achievement. But essentially, what meaning that resides to, we have to reflect that achievement. I'm sorry to reiterate, but all the speakers, they need to also share the fact that there is a good contribution and achievement to be the part of the day, to be the speaker. So internally, the external guests. So please give us your feedback. Please give us your comment. And I think we'll be able to feed that back to the next event. Of course, we cannot do everything that has been requested, but please tell us what we can do. That's going to be such an important information. So we have 2-3 minutes. So there are several questions that's been posted. So if we answer this question, I don't know. Maybe at least one question. Okay, at least one question. Next year, are you going to be online events? Yes, it's going to be online event. A simple answer. What's the keyword for next year? Keyword. That's really difficult because we don't really define a rigid theme. We said that developer relation is part of the developer relation. It's an event for you to really experience this. This year is, let's say, AI. This is the area of technology. What line want to communicate, what we're doing inside, we would like to communicate that. And it's an interesting, of course, reference for internal engineer as well. So that's how we define the speakers. Or maybe it's an engineer that you want to hear a story of. So we don't rigidly establish a theme. But okay, I responded to the question. There seems to be more questions coming in. So, the comment. Yes, I would like to respond. So maybe we have 30 minutes, an hour or so that we would like to feedback with our comment. So we have 2 more minutes. So what are we doing close? So, okay. So Fujiwara-san, 10, 20 seconds each of you. Yes. Well, I must say today, as we have been talking, the offline event and online event, this time it's the first online event for us. But it seems as though compared to offline event, this, of course, the video, it's going to be disseminated horizontally. And then there will be a lot of interest online. I hope this would continue and resonate a longer period of life. And then that will be a positive aspect of line. And then this will be more effective and this will be more resonating. So that, I think, is the area that I would like to try out. So, okay, just not too long. So, Kushii-san, you have to be shorter. Yeah, this is an online event. Shoko-san, we worked on early on. But we want to make an even better online event. Thank you. Okay? Shoko-san, long, you can have more time. Okay. Well, purely, I must say, all the speakers who had made their appearance, thank you very much. And also the viewers and watchers, thank you so much for sparing your busy time. I really like to thank you all. That's it. Oh, that's it? But kind of long, that's it. Okay. Okay, well, what about you, Miki-san? Well, all has been said, which I wanted to say. But as I've said, for us, it's the first trial, first challenge without the cooperation of all the people who never had been realized. So all the, of course, simultaneous translation and engineers and also people responsible for distributing speakers and everyone. I would like to thank every one of you. Miki-san, you said that you always have a wrap-up of the event. Always, yes. And on the website, planning and direction, I was in charge, but this is something that was internally developed. So directors, designers, and engineer, everyone from inside have cooperated. So there are many people who have not thanked, but really this has been realized with a lot of collaboration. And thank you for your adjustment and also your flexibility. So of course, I hope that this is an event that everyone wants to take part in. So next year, the announcement with the other, of course, opportunity, I hope you will be able to better understand line. And I think that will be a great golden opportunity for us. So we'd like to have multiple touch points. So with that, this session, all the session, thank you very much for being with us, and all the people who have worked on the background, all the people who have made this on the stage, would like to close. So 3 days of time. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.